y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am going to be getting ready, testing some new makeup products today. I have the new, what's this called? Like the new water-based powder from Refi. We're going to test this out. It's been going viral. I want to see what the fuss is about. I have new products from Dose of Colors. I have the whole truffle collection here with me. JACLYN Cosmetics Sigma, OFRA, new Sigma, Samantha Ravendell brushes. I've got a lot of new stuff. I want to get ready. I just want to put some makeup on. It's super early in the morning for me and I need my makeup to last all day. So hopefully these products don't fail me because I'm ready to head out the door. If you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, testing new products, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today because I upload lots of new videos every single week. But I am very excited to try this stuff out. My face is already primed. I already have my skincare done. I used my TATCHA Silk Canvas primer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of push my hair off my face. I'm going to bring y'all in a little bit closer and we will put some makeup on. Hair is off the face, and since I'm going to be testing this new powder, I want to go in with foundation and concealer that I know and trust, because sometimes if I try too many things and something doesn't work out, I'm like, okay, is it the new foundation? Is it the new primer? Is it the new concealer? Is it the new powder? Like, what is it? So since this powder is going to be like the new thing I try, I went in with that TATCHA Silk Canvas. I know and love that. And I'm going to apply my NARS Soft Matte Foundation. Listen, it's going to be like 90 degrees here today in Mississippi. I think even above 90. I need my foundation to last. So this is the one I'm going to go in with. I know it works. And my KVD Good Apple Concealer. Same thing. Tried and true, been using it for months. No, I love it. But since those aren't new products, I'm going to kind of quickly do my foundation and concealer. I'm going to press it in. I did get this new sponge from Dose of Colors. I've had their orange sponge and I like it a lot. But they sent me this one and I was like, ooh, that one looks really big. So I'm going to quickly do my foundation, my concealer, and then we will do powder together. I also have the new JACLYN and Robin, what is this called? Sheer Medium Powder Move. Oh, medium is my shade. Loose setting powder. Maybe we'll use that like for the face and we'll use the Refi for under the eyes. I don't know. I'm just going to blend in and then I will be back. Okay, foundation and concealer are on. Everything's been blended in with my sponge. And I really want to set like the under eye and kind of the T-zone with this Refi water-based powder. Now, I bought this straight from the Refi site. I'm pretty sure it's coming to Sephora. I'll link it down below. But this is the shade 01. So when I was looking on the Refi site, it said shade 1 was for more warm tones, shade 2 was for more cool tones. So I bought shade 1. It says it's vegan, cruelty-free, packaging is recyclable, and it's a water-based powder. So when I first saw this like popping off everywhere, people were like, water-based powder, what? I'm like, yeah, but Becca did that a few years ago and it was not a good powder. Like, it was terrible. It kind of came out, everybody freaked out, was like, water-based powder, wow, this feels cool and wet to the touch, this is crazy. And then everybody was like, yeah, but this is actually a terrible powder, and I'm pretty sure it went on sale quickly. So let's see if this powder is good or if it's just the Becca repackaged. I will say I really like this component. Like, I like that we have this kind of white color. It's plain, it's marble, but it looks luxurious. It does say to keep the lid on after each use. And then when you open it up, the inside is kind of like the Huda Easy Bake powders, how it has that like net to keep the powder in. I have not used this, but I have touched it, and it does feel cooling. When you kind of rub it into your fingers, it does feel kind of wet to the touch. So I'm a little bit nervous about this because, like I said, I do have oily skin, and I tried that Becca powder before, and it was just terrible. It was just terrible. But we're going to try this. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to take it on my sponge. I'm going to press in there. See, I don't love the net. On my Huda, I always take it out. But I'm like pressing my sponge in there. And let's see. This is very, very finely milled. I feel like it took away some coverage of my concealer right here. Let me go into this. This is like my Beauty Blender like powder puff. I really like using this for setting powder. Let me try to get a lot more powder. Okay. I swear if this ruins my makeup today, I'm going to be so upset because I do not have time to redo my makeup and I have things to do today. And oh my gosh, that's just totally lifting my concealer. Y'all, hold on. Let me zoom y'all in so you can see that this completely took off my concealer right here. Look at that. Do you see how I have no product on right here? Like it completely lifted off the foundation. Oh. I swear, this is exactly what the Becca did. This is why I hated the Becca. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say maybe it didn't like the sponge. I'm like, oh my gosh. There's no makeup right here. It completely lifted it. Let's try a brush. Let me grab a powder brush and we'll say, like, maybe this isn't good with the sponge. Maybe it needs a brush. Okay, this brush is loaded up with powder. It's just lifting. It's just lifting everything. Oh my gosh. Like it looked so nice before. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. This is like really, really, really bad. I mean, this is bad. Like, is it just with the sponge, with the puff, with the brush? Okay, I mean, I honestly do not have time for this. I do not have time for this, but I've got to go wash my face because I cannot, like, it's, do you see when I'm touching my face, how it's like coming off the skin? What is this? What is this? Okay, I don't have time to complain about this anymore. I've got to go wash my face. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash my face. I am going to, oh my gosh, I'm going to re-put on my foundation and concealer. And then I'm just going to set my under eyes with my Huda Beauty powder. This is the worst. Okay, I completely washed my face, had to redo my skincare, all of that. I will say, like, I wanted just to have y'all zoomed in since I had you zoomed in with the Refi powder. This is what my face looks like. Same foundation, same concealer, same everything except the powder. This is the Huda Beauty powder. And this is what it looks like. So no lifting, everything looks good to me. Okay, now let's set the rest of my face. Okay, well, let's set the rest of my face with my JACLYN and Robin powder. I'm going to get a big brush and kind of just like buff this in to everywhere, like not the under eyes, not the T-zone, because I don't know that this is going to be the best for that. Actually, you know, this, like, the packaging on this is so much bulkier than anything else I'm used to. Even the Huda, like, look how bulky the JACLYN powder is. Plus you have this big raised J on top. Not super into that, but I have tried the powder a couple of times and I think it's nice. I'm gonna buff it in with a big brush. I'm just gonna tap some into the cap so you have like a normal sifter on this one, not the net. I'm telling y'all, worst product of 2022. Worst product of 2022. I cannot believe it. Like, y'all saw me. I tried it with a sponge, a puff, a brush. I don't know, like, if there's any other way that I can try it, you know? But anyways, let me pick up this JACLYN powder. This is an Unearthly Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to kind of press this in to the rest of my face. And see, again, I got the shade medium. Like I said, I've used this powder a couple of times, and while I think it's nice, like it's a good powder, I haven't like fallen in love with it. I just think like it's okay. It's okay. I've never tried it under my eyes. Maybe I should also try it that way. But for me, I don't know. This powder, like, it's okay. It's fine. It's nothing amazing. Like, it's good. I'll keep using it. But am I like, oh my gosh, you have to buy this? No. Like, it's just a normal, fine powder. Okay, let's go in with the new Sigma Single Bronzer. Now, I have never tried a Sigma bronzer. I know they used to have, like, a palette. I never tried that one. I had tried their blushes and highlights. And with the singles, I know like the singles are beautiful. I've been using the single blushes, the single highlights. I think they're so beautiful. I definitely think you get a better value if you buy the palettes. I have the blush palette. I have the highlighter palette. A lot of those shades are in singles, but I like now that you don't just have to buy the palette if you want one shade. Like, you can buy a single, or if you're somebody who doesn't like palettes, face palettes especially, I love the option of the singles. But when it comes to the blush and highlight, to me, I do prefer the palettes. I don't mind reaching in palettes. I like mixing and matching shades, but I do love that they have those in singles. So if you've been seeing me use and love and rave about the highlighter palette from Sigma, but you didn't want a palette, they do have singles now. But the single bronzer has been so beautiful. I'm in the shade Dark, so let me grab a brush. This is a brush from the Samantha Ravindell set. This is the Tapered Contour. And I'm not contouring, but I am bronzing. And I think this brush is so beautiful. I've really been loving the Samantha Ravindell set. I think she did such a good job. I think most of the brushes from that set I've already used and they're dirty now. But I've been using this one the past few days ever since I got it, and I've really been enjoying it. And look how nice that bronzer looks. Like, doesn't it look very seamless? It's blending into the skin so nicely. Okay, now that I have my bronzer on how I want it, everything's looking much better. I'm going to fill in my brows, and then we're gonna play with the Dose of Colors Truffle eyeshadow palette. I really like this. This is like a matte feel packaging, and then the truffle is raised, and I'm excited to try this. Okay, my eyes are primed and ready for shadow. I'm really excited to try this because I used to love Dose of Colors eyeshadows. Their Desi Katie palette, loved. Their I Love Sarah E palette, loved. Like, they just had a formula I really liked, and I haven't picked up a new palette in a while. And so this truffle collection is beautiful. I want to try it. I really like that we have a large mirror in here. So this palette, I like that we have this dark brown shade. This is mostly mattes. We have 6 mattes and then 2 like shimmer metallic shades. Should I swatch these? Ooh, those look pretty. Okay, let me think. What color do I want to use? Let me grab a brush. I'm going to grab this brush first, A503 from BK Beauty. And I think we're going to stick to these kind of pinky tones, and I want to kind of layer. I want to go like lightest to darkest. So let's jump in with this shade right here. This looks really pretty, and let's see if it's that same like great quality Dose of Colors that I really enjoyed. I'm just going to buff this all in the crease, above the crease, just kind of putting it all over. I did prime my eyes. I don't remember if I said that with my MAC paint pot. I always use an eye primer. So I'm just going to press that on. That looks pretty. That has more like pigment to it than I thought it would be because it's such a light shade, but it's really showing up well. That's pretty. Very soft. That's what I get when I look at this palette. Like, it looks like a soft romantic color story to me. So next I want to go into this shade down here, the one that's just a bit darker, and I'm going to keep this a little bit lower, not blending it up quite as high, but I'm using the same brush, and it's just going to give us a little more like dimension. Okay, super effortless so far. Now I'm going to go into this mauve down here, kind of like a mid-tone mauve, and I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to extend this shade out a little further than I did the other three. And again, I'm using the same brush since these are all in the same kind of color family. And I'm just building up the depth out here. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this kind of more pinky toned, it's kind of like a rose silver. I don't know how I would describe that. But I'm going to pick it up on a 501, and I am going to spray my brush. Whatever makeup mist I have closest to me is what I'll use. Okay, I want to put this all over the lid. Wow. Well, that went on really intensely, didn't it? That's pretty. Oh, that's very sparkly. I'm putting it all over the lid, even up. You see, like, here's my socket right here. I'm going to stop right there. This shade is so pretty. That's beautiful. Okay, so Dose of Colors did give me an affiliate code. If you use code Heather at the Dose of Colors site, you can save. Of course, you don't have to use my code. I'm just sharing it with y'all if you're curious about it. And you see all this fallout I'm getting? That's totally me. That's what happens when you use fluffy brushes like this for shimmers, sparkle shades, but I don't mind because I can easily wipe any fallout away. But something about using a fluffy brush with shimmers, I just feel like it disperses the sparkle so much better and just makes it more intense, in my opinion, than when I go on with like a flat packing brush. But if fallout bothers you, then maybe use a flat brush. But for me, I can just wipe the fallout away because I did set my face with powder. Okay, now I'm going to grab this A502 brush from BK Beauty, and I want to go into the deepest brown shade right here. And I want to use this just to build up the outer corner and make it a little bit darker out here. So I'm just kind of going in light layers. And I have to say, these shadows are building really well on top of each other. Like, they're not getting patchy or anything like that. They're just, I can layer one on top of the other really well, and I like that. Okay, I'm going to go in with my JACLYN Cosmetics Inline Eyeliner. This is just the black shade, and I have to say, I am not loving this. I think it's okay, but I definitely prefer my Pat McGrath Legendary Eye Kohl or my Norvina, like, what's the Norvina one called? Norvina Chroma Sticks. This one, it's just, it doesn't glide on as seamlessly, and it doesn't wear very long on me throughout the day, but I wanted to show y'all kind of what I mean. See how much I had to kind of like go over the line, and I still don't feel like it's super intensely black. Just not horrible, but definitely not my favorite. I wanted to show y'all that because I've been testing it for a couple of weeks, and I have to kind of make myself use it because I don't enjoy it. Let me put on something on my inner corner. I'm going to grab my Blend Bunny brush, and we're going to go in with the other shimmer in here, the one that's a little more like taupey silver. That's a really pretty inner corner shade. Okay, I'm happy to see Dose of Colors still has a great eyeshadow formula. I am going to finish up the eyes with mascara. I'm probably going to put on some lashes and wipe away all this fallout, and then I'll be back and we'll do the rest of the makeup together. Okay, this is the finished eye look. I put on some Ardell Wispies, and then on the upper lash line, I just put a little bit of my HINDASH HEROLINE. So I really like this eye look. I think it looks soft and sparkly and romantic, and I'm here for it. But we already did bronzer, so let's do blush. I have the Dose of Colors Truffle Blush. The packaging is the same as the palette, so it looks really light, but it feels soft and pretty. I have never tried Dose of Colors blushes. I have some highlighters that I love. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more bronzer because I feel like I just need a little more warmth. Let me grab this big fluffy bronzer brush. Okay, there we go. I feel a little bit better, but let's talk about this brush from Sigma and Samantha Ravindal. When she said she used this tiny little brush for blush, I was like, you're crazy. You're crazy. There's no way. But oh my gosh, I have been loving it. Like, I've used this brush to apply my blush every single day since I've gotten it. And this is pretty. Okay, this blush definitely has a sheen to it. Do y'all see? That's pretty. Oh, that is really pretty. Okay. A little bit down the nose. I've been taking blush, bronzer, everything on the nose lately and enjoying that. Okay, for highlight, I have a new highlighter from OFRA. This is their Lotus Blossom Highlight. I'm excited about this. I've worn this a couple of times. It's really beautiful. Ooh, it's like a white gold type of shade. So I'm going to grab my Sigma All-Purpose Buffer E61. I'm going to go right in here. I like the flower printed in. And I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep this glow back, and then I'm going to slowly bring it down onto the cheek. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just really like that. Very beautiful. Going to highlight the Cupid's bow, highlight the nose a bit, and then we will do lips. Okay, I'm going to start off with my Melt Cinnamon lip liner. I love these Perfectionist lip pencils. Like, look how small this is. I've been using it so much. So I'm just going to line the lips, and then we're going to go in with the lip products from the Truffle collection. Okay, I've been using the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks and lip glosses for years, but I never had this shade. This is Truffle in their matte formula. I really love the Dose of Colors lipsticks, lip glosses, and I like this color. Very pretty. It'd also be pretty with a really deep lip liner. The last time I bought Dose of Colors lip products was the Nima Tang collab. Oh my gosh, she made the most beautiful products. I have a whole video on that if you want to check it out, because her lip kits were just so nice. But I'm excited about this gloss. This gloss is in Truffle too. And I am a gloss girl. I love lip gloss. That is so pretty. That is really pretty. Okay, I'm going to give myself a spray my face with the All Nighter Vitamin C from Urban Decay, and then we'll kind of talk through these products. Okay, so it's safe to say this Refi powder, worst product of 2022, by far, worst product of the century. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. The Dose of Color stuff I really like. I think the blush is beautiful. I think the eye look is beautiful. I think the lip products are beautiful. I can't wait to play with this even more because I want to create like just a neutral look without the mauve-y pink tones. The Samantha Ravindal Sigma brushes. I love the Sigma bronzer. Love The OFRA highlighter, love. So I would love to know, have you tried any of these products? Specifically, have you tried this and do you love it? I want to know. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. If you would, share this video with your friends, family, social media, anybody who you think would enjoy my content. It honestly helps me out so much when y'all share my videos. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.